This week on 305 Fights, we have radio days, podcast days, TV days, the ever-ending prep work, and a visit to freedom fighters. Today we will do some promotions on Lina Deportiva in the morning show. AWA is keeping us on schedule. Even I got a shout out on the radio this morning.
Helio, and let me ask you one more thing. That podcast, because I haven't listened to it, but I want to listen to it. Tim Stevenson was with you the other day.
Yes.
And he's the one who does the podcast with you guys. How do we access the podcast? Because I really want the people that are listening to us to start following you too, so they got all the info.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Day by day.
And then you just mentioned Steve Stevenson, and he's actually right here behind the scenes filming a reality documentary. He is my co-host in the podcast.
What up, Timmy?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
And yes, the podcast can be accessed.
He say hello.
And all the content through NTV USA on our application, 305 Fights, here in Cachita Universal Studios. So, en la aplicación de NTV USA, la asociación de 305 con Cachita Universal Studios, tienen acceso a todo el contenido, al podcast, a esta entrevista de radio, a las peleas, el documental reality documentary detrás de la cámara. Todos tienen acceso ahí, nada más tienen que ir ahí. Si quieren información, vayan a 305fights.tv.
Tonight, we are off to visit freedom fighters. Shen and the crew are already in the alley waiting for me.
MMA, we're here in the South Kendall area with the Bogota Bruiser Camilo, Edward the Boss, Tim Stevens, 305. Let's check it out.
Shen pays his respects to the mat and the dojo, and then goes to greet Sensei Ray Ceviche Fandora.
This is one of my students, Roy. This is one of my assistants here, bro.
There you go.
I'm with everybody. I'm a competitor, man. Georgie boxing at Young Tigers for years. He's been friends with me since we were kids, man. Growing up here.
Oh yeah.
He finally gonna continue his jiu-jitsu career.
Great. I'm supposed to have another guy come in. He was the guy, one of the guys I grew up with now as a student. It's always awesome. With the information, we have some of the camera people do some interviews and stuff like that.
Diego, let me introduce you to everyone.
Okay, this is Camilo, one of our students.
Nice to meet you, man.
Via Colombia, Bogotá. He's a martial arts student, not a competitor, but I like to bring him to the dungeons of training so I can see how it's done.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Come here.
That's Emma, my significant other.
How are you?
Are you okay?
I know him.
Yeah. This is Camilo.
Hello.
How's it going, boss?
Cali Kid. Where's Chipmunk guy?
Come here, guys. Yeah, these are the guys I admire, man. These young kids, these guys.
Well, this is a. You see him, he's really good looking, real nice looking, but he's a savage when he competes. I have pictures. I found pictures of him being this little.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna get back into the sport over here with me. God bless.
Awesome, great job.
Yeah, the owner of Natural Motion System and his wife, all of the students, the owner of 305 Fights. So future right here.
Yeah. These young guys, man. When I say when the dungeon, those are the guys I admire, man. 305 is a combat league. We put on combat fights and entertainment. We put live MMA fights, amateur, professional, with live entertainment. We signed an association with a media company, so we have a podcast, radio, TV show. Yeah. 305.com. Yeah.
Time for the warm-up.
entertainment, through combat sports. We want to communicate, educate, and inspire. And I really believe this young man is going to help us with that. Tell me, what are you going to be performing today for us? What are you bringing to the 305?
None but that Dade County energy, you feel me? We're going to be playing Me Siento Necio, you feel me? This one right here will be for that Hialeah, Alapata, Little Havana, Westchester type vibe, you feel me? If you really out here in 305 and out here fighting to survive in Jesus Christ's holy name, amen.
Awesome. I like that Alapata. That's in the YMCA Pork and Beast Project. 9 years old. That's when I started martial arts. Yeah. And here we are, right?
Yeah. You're going to have to know how to fight.
All right. So let's not wait anymore. Let's bring the action, emotion, and energy. Enter emotion. And emotion is 305 Fights where the champions ride.
In the world, as long as it's tempered, with compassion. Yeah. Gratitude will always be the father of all virtues. Courage has to be right behind it to push it and make sure you got that oomph to get happen. I'm real serious about this, guys. Even though competing is only 5% of what martial arts is, or less, it's still incredible because there's nothing more honest. When you compete, nothing is more honest. The equation will never change. One mat, two athletes, one broken heart. Play all you want and pretend to be all you want here on this mat. Show me where it really matters.
As the fighters are continuing their training, we pull aside a couple and do a couple quick interviews with them, along with Sensei Ray Ceviche Fundora.
MMA.
We are here at Freedom Fighters MMA, and we have in front of us, tell me your name, sir.
Jacob Diaz.
And weight class and record?
Right now, currently middleweight 185, moving down to 170, currently 2-0.
And I heard that you were in 305 Fights number 9. How was that for you?
Yes, sir. Second round sub. Got it done.
Nice.
Good experience.
And do you have any other fights coming up?
Taking some time off, build some muscle, drop some weight, get down to 170. Probably in August.
And how is it training here at Freedom Fighters?
Oh, it's the best, man. Straight killers in this room every day. No excuses.
And your coaches?
The best in the world. World class.
3 fights with the champions rise, tercero cinco con los campeones. I have the privilege and the honor to be sweating in the sacred hall of training of a real Bushido. Sensei Ray Ceviche Fundora, thank you so much, sir. It's always so great to share, to learn from you. I'm so lucky to have such great talent in Miami. This is Freedom Fighters MMA. We're located on 56 and 102nd, correct?
102nd Southwest, yes.
Right. You can check us on Instagram. The school is run by Mr. Ray Ceviche Fundora, Manolo Lopez. They have warriors in all the events. Thank you so much for supporting the community and everything you do.
Thank you also, Elliot, for everything that you do for the community.
Oh, thank you.
Many years already. Many years.
Thank you. Please support your local schools. Support the martial arts. The martial arts has so many benefits. It's on. I know it's on. I think I saw it on Facebook and social media. Freedom Fighters MMA, correct?
Freedom Fighters martial arts, MMA, grappling, we do it all.
Excellent.
All martial arts.
We're about to get ready to the class. What class is this?
Today is submission grappling.
Submission grappling.
Like a dark version of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, this is a
violent version.
This is a.
If jiu-jitsu is the gentle art, this is like the violent art here.
In football, this is the Raiders. The Raiders. This is a. Oh yeah. Super excited. One of the reasons I come over here, first is to learn. Second is to share this Bushido energy. Third, we came over here. We're gonna build an association and work together. I was asking the sensei to give us the privilege to run our grappling division and striking division, other divisions, and 305 Fights TV at our new association with Cachita Universal Studios. Thank you so much, sir.
You got it, my brother.
Because we need quality people with good instruction, a good head, good virtues, coming together and developing this thing that we have, 305 Fights. Let me ask you, what's happening with your fighters? Any fighters coming up and fighting now?
Well, Oliver Murad just finished getting the 145-pound world title for Titan FC.
Congratulations.
Thank you. All eyes on him. That boy puts in incredible work, and he is a phenomenal training partner, but something special happens when he gets put under the duress of competition. That warrior incarnate just comes out. I mean, he is the epitome of warrior. And like him, we have Marcus Lloreda, Claudia Zamora, Justin Vasquez, Martinito Justiz, all these up-and-coming pro fighters that are just part of the legacy of what Manolo created on this mat 30 years ago, and it's been ongoing and ongoing. And besides that, as you can see, all these kids, all of them are competitive athletes, either in kickboxing, grappling, jiu-jitsu, or MMA, and that's the next generation. Keep on feeding.
This last show we just had some of your fighters in there.
Yep.
The next show we have a title with one of your fighters. I'm going to the schools. I went to a school that's going to be fighting one of your fighters for the title, and I said, man, it's tough because both young men are going to be good. That's going to be an interesting fight. Hey, what's the name of the two gentlemen we're talking about?
Danny
Daniel
Riveron.
Against
Giovanni Gomez.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting fight because the two young men are good and they're talented. You know, as a promoter and producer, I try to stay outside of the middle. And you know what? May the best man win. And you know what? I think win or lose, hopefully you get the experience to be a champion, correct?
Of course, man. There's always going to be the equation never changes. One cage, ring or mat, two athletes, one broken heart. But something special happens whenever you compete. It separates everything else. There's nothing more honest than competitive combat sports.
Excellent. And June 5th, we're going to have our first pro fights. August 7th, another second pro fight.
Awesome.
This March 27th, we're actually going to be giving our first fights pro contract.
Beautiful.
We have fighters coming from Canada, from China, match them out with the South Florida fighters.
Oof.
So we're going to have sport, amateurs, and pro.
Beautiful, man.
So make sure you check us out. We have great people behind us. Any shout outs you want to make, Sensei?
I'm just grateful for the whole community, all the professors and senseis and all the martial artists in South Florida, all throughout the world. But South Florida, this is our home. We're raised in Dade, you know. So we give props to the boys and the girls coming up in Dade. You know, this is our society.
Yeah,
you know.
Dade made. I said yes.
Yeah, made in Dade.
Yes, made in Dade. One more time. I want to end with this. Tell me that Bushido code again.
Honor, sincerity, duty, loyalty, heroic courage, compassion, trust.
3 Fights 305, donde suben los campeones. Tim Stevens,
Yes, sir.
305,
Donde surgen los campeones.
donde suben los campeones.
We head out to the parking area to pick up fighter Christian Minastriga for his podcast interview.
Good morning, guys. Good to see everybody.
How are you, sir?
Good.
And here's a significant other, part of
Hey, how are you?
one of the Gladiator girls.
Oh, sorry.
She's one of the girls in Gladiator over there. I run the show over there because the Gladiators, I love that. They have females running the show over there.
We give him the tour, show him around, and then lead him to our podcast studio.
Buenos días, mucho gusto.
Sí, si a la persona que viene ahorita, desgraciadamente la persona
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Oh yeah, we have to start with the Cuban Red Bull. El café cubano. 3 Fights where the champions rise. 305, donde suben los campeones. We're here with a special guest, pro fighter, our commentator for 305 Fights, the Kraken Inastria. Christian, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good this morning. How about you?
Excellent. Let me toast to you and Cachita
Yes, sir.
Cafe. We're opening the show Hialeah style, 305 style.
The only way.
The only way. Okay, everybody, make sure you catch March 27th, 305 Fights number 11, Cachita Universal Studios, NTV USA. Our commentator, professional fighter, Mr. Kraken Inastria. Sir, you did a great job. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much what you do for the community in combat sports. And, you know, even though you're a pro fighter and doing very good, you're always in there. We say that we want to communicate, educate, and inspire. Before we start, tell everybody a little bit about the Kraken. Where's the Kraken? Where does he come from? How did he get involved?
So I'm pretty much born and raised in Hialeah, Florida. My whole family's from Cuba. I started getting into mixed martial arts probably around the age of 18 when I joined the American Top Team Miramar. Prior to that, I did Taekwondo when I was like 13 or 14, but that was more like forms and things like that, never actual actual sparring and things like that. So I would say probably around the age of 18, I found American Top Team Miramar, and then the rest has been history. I've just been, on this dream, chasing it as hard as I can for like the past 6-7 years. So
make sure you check out also our artists, our entertainers. We're gonna have entertainers, artists, ring girls. We're all about the 305 version of the UFC. Again, shout out to your Roger Crawl. We're over there doing a podcast and an interview.
Yeah.
We are so blessed to have so many people wonderful in South Florida. You know what? Let's get together with these people. We're gonna have a seminar series. So we'll invite you and we'll have everybody do a seminar series. We got a lot of things coming up and in store. Anything that's coming up for you or in combat sports that you would like to make a shout out to anybody?
If you're expecting me to fight, definitely around June. I don't know exactly what promotion yet. That's something I gotta sit down with Roger Crawl and we'll talk about. I mean, the beautiful thing right now is there's a lot of shows coming down here to South Florida. We're one of the few states that's kind of open right now. So, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of options, and whatever Roger thinks makes the most sense, I want to fight. So
great, and this is the platform where the champions rise. 305-305, donde surgen los campeones. The 305 Fights champion, Mr. Daniel Riverón. Sir, how are you, sir? Good. We're with my brother at arms, Sensei Ray Fondora Ceviche, a Freedom Fighters, MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing. Want to have a quick interview because you're going to have a hell of a fight. I'm watching this fight. You know why? I'm being honest. Two skilled young men with hunger. So it's going to be an incredible fight, spectacular, win or lose. You don't want to miss it. How's the training been going?
It's going great.
Awesome. Are you ready for a war?
I'm ready for a war.
Because I told you, man, that you're skilled and he's skilled too. So this is going to be a real match. We don't want to miss it. I'm looking forward to it because we have two great young men with heart and skill, and it's going to be wonderful. Any shout outs, anything you want to talk about that fight March 27th?
Just be ready to see a hell of a fight, man. It's going to be fireworks.
Awesome. It's March 27th. Cachito University NTV. Get your tickets, if not pay-per-view, and the application. We're also going to be awarding a pro contract. Next is going to be pros, June 5th pros, August 7th pros, and who knows, maybe you'll be the 305 pro champion.
One day.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to pay it with sweat, blood, and tears like we're doing here. Thank you, Mr. Ron. Thank you, Fondora. Thank you, Manolo. 305 Fights is where the champions rise.
Johnny K. Drentos is in the building.
Yeah.
Bob is ready. Barbarino.
This is Mr. Johnny Cage, in charge of the cage, in charge of matchmaking. He's also the director of the fighters, one of 305 Fights team members, also NMS student, longtime student. This is one of my warriors. Let me say a little Tupac quote. Wars come and go, but my soldiers stay eternal.